How is it going, audience? Today I bring you a NU battle. I know you haven't seen NU on my channel for ages, and that's just because I have much more fun playing PU. However, my opponent by the name of jehison1 insisted on playing regular NU, even after reading my short story about the PU land, which is in the description by the way if you are interested. So I was thinking, facing a NU team will be a good challenge for my new PU pokes, and looking on the team preview, it really looks like an uphill struggle for me, doesn't it? But how it went down? Let's find out. I lead with physically defensive Mawile, because I can take on pretty much everything on his team except the Charizard, and also because I noticed that his team is very weak to Stealth Rock, so I want to have them up right from the start. I taunted his Samurott to prevent him from setting up Swords Dances, so thanks to Intimidate, he is able only to get to +1 attack. Knowing that meanwhile being a monster can still take his attacks without a problem, I stay in, take a Mega Horn, which he probably went for predicting my Grovyle, and set up my Stealth Rocks, which will play a huge role in this game. Seeing that I'm not going anywhere, he switches his attack to a Waterfall, but as I said, even at +1, defensive Mawile takes it nicely and recovers most of the damage with a Pain Split and leftovers. Then, knowing that Mawile will be very helpful against the rest of his guys, and that he will most likely just go for another Waterfall, I decide to switch out to Grovyle. With my paper thin defenses, even resisted hit does a lot of damage, but leaves at just enough health to leave an Aqua Jet and destroy him with Choice Specs Leaf Storm. Except it misses. Yeah, balls. That on the other hand, allows my P-Dex double priority Delibird do some work, because with a Jolly nature I know that I outspeed him, and that I can take an Aqua Jet and after a fake out damage, revenge kill him with a Seed Bomb, and that's exactly what I do. So now he brings his Ninjask, not knowing that my other priority move is an Ice Shard, which pretty much prevents him from button passing any boost. So after realizing that, he decides to switch to Ditto, which luckily for him takes a Stealth Rock damage before transforming, which in turn allows him to leave an Ice Shard. Now I decide to switch back to Mawile, because as I said before, Delibird is pretty much my best check to his Ninjask, and he misses a fake out because of Hustle, which is quite funny. Now, knowing that the only attack on my Delibird's moveset that is threatening to Mawile is the Focus Punch, I go straight for a Seismic Toss just in case he tries to use it. However, he decides to switch to Shackle, as it turns out just to set up his Stealth Rock, but I shut him down completely with a taunt, and after 2 Seismic Tosses, he pretty much commits suicide due to the Struggle Recoil. Then for some reason he goes back to Ditto. I'm guessing either he misclicked or just wanted to recover his health using my Pain Split. But because he's holding leftovers instead of Choice Scarf, it comes down to a speed tie, which I win, so that's 2 for 2 for a meanwhile. Back comes Ninjask and gets anally raped by a Stealth Rock, leaving him with just 1 HP. So I switch back to Delibird on his obvious protect, and once again, thanks to double priority, I shut him down completely, leaving with no choice but to leave this thing as a death fodder. Now I go back to Mawile, just to get Intimidate off on something, and then I switch right out to Hitmo to take any fire move from his Charizard. Because I have White Smoke rather than Flash Fire, I take a Fire Blast on the switch, and considering that I am max HP and special defense invested, it does a lot of damage, so I am pretty sure that he's running Choice Specs. Still, I know that with leftovers, I can take 2 more of these, so I set up a Curse, hit him with Sucker Punch as he misses a Fire Blast, which didn't make any difference, because I could take 1 more hit and he would go down to another Sucker Punch anyway. His last Pokemon is a Bravery, and I just hit him with another Sucker Punch to do a solid chunk of damage before he takes me out with a Brave Bird. Then I go back to Mawile, the MVP of this game, but because of his Defiant ability, instead of lowering his attack I raise it by 1 stage. Despite that, Mawile still takes a Brave Bird like a beast, he dies to his own recoil, and that is the game. Good game, jehison1. I guess lesson learned today would be, you don't need pokes that are common in the tier or movesets recommended by Smogon to make a solid team. Your own ideas can often work even better. If you guys agree, don't forget to hit that like button or comment, and I see you all next time.